yo, 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 yo. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Standard 81 podcast. My name is Sincere, and we are back again with another video and another episode. You see the thumbnail. We are going to be talking about dating versus marriage. But before we get into this, let's go ahead and take that quick 30-second break, and I'll be back with you here in 3, 2, All right, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen. If you are coming in here for the first time, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button or that thumbs down button. Either way, it will cause engagement, and I will greatly appreciate it. Secondly, if you are new to the platform or if you're old to the platform and you still haven't, and you like what I'm hearing and you like what you're hearing, and you still haven't subscribe. Go ahead and do that. Help your boy out. Okay. Third, comment down below. Let me know what you think about the content. Give me your messages, and I'll try to reply to it as much as I humanly can with all the stuff that I got going on. As well as share this with anybody you feel needs to hear the message. Anyways, let's get into this. Dating versus marriage. Now, I decided to talk about this topic last night on TikTok. And for those of you that don't know, my TikTok handle is the same as the handle for the podcast, which is the Standard 81 podcast, and it's over there on TikTok. So go check those things out if you want more bite-sized doses of my opinions and my dialogue and whatever the case may be. They're usually about 10 minutes. I don't make anything under 10 minutes. I feel like you can't get a whole lot out. At least that's my opinion. But whatever. Well, I started talking about this last night. Dating and marriage, right? And I think oftentimes we are looking for something in dating that honestly should only occur within marriage. And I'm not talking about long-term relationships, because we all know that long-term relationships can change. We are and the thing that I'm talking about specifically is the commitment that goes along with marriage. The idea of long-term commitment, long-term giving, long-term anything that you think, kindness, grace, all that good stuff, anything that you could think that goes along with marriage is what human beings have come to expect in relationships. When honestly, that's not the real purpose of dating. By definition, right? And I believe that the more we know about what a word actually means, and we're strategically able to break that down into ways that we can grasp and apply to our lives, the easier things become, right? Now, at this point, we already know enough about intersexual dynamics and the differences between men and women, and how women are hypergamous and how men want fit, feminine, and friendly. We've heard this, right? But these are just the first steps. Now you got to start asking yourself, what is it you desire? What is it you desire from a relationship? Because a relationship is what you are cultivating, right? Even in a marriage, a relationship is what you're cultivating. Let's look at this definition here real quick. The definition of the word relationship, and I'm looking this up on my phone here, right? Bring my phone up. I should have already had this up, but relationship, right? Why is he sending me stuff? All right, relationship is a noun meaning a state of being related to, kinship, specific stands of kinship, or a state of affairs existing between one or two parties, whether romantic or or passive attachment. So in a marriage, you are still cultivating a relationship. What you have done is you're beginning to cultivate a long-term relationship that is supposed to last for the extended period of your life. Where does the confusion come in, you say, Sincere? You told it, you're not telling us anything we don't know. Well, here's where the confusion comes in. We are expecting people to do this up front. And my question to you is why? And you probably saying, Sincere, you're contradicting yourself. Don't you say that men and women should be wives and husbands before they find each other? Absolutely, 100%. But let me explain that concept before I get into what I'm saying. When I say you should be husbands and wives before you get married, I mean in the sense that whoever you decide to join together with, you already have the capability, the mindset, and the know-how to be able to be put in that position without much effort. The only thing that needs to really be focused on is cultivating the relationship between you and that person. So the Bible says this: he who finds a wife finds a good thing. And I like to say it like this: husbands who find wives find a good thing. I'm going to say that one more time. Husbands who find wives find a good thing. When a man approaches you in your life and your idea of a relationship you would like to cultivate is marriage, he should already be husband material. If the girl you're approaching and you're interested in is not wifely material, then you shouldn't even be approaching her. And let's get off the whole caveat of there has to be physical attraction. Okay, this is so obvious now. I'm not going to debate with you the physical attraction point. That's a minute detail because the physical nature of a person is going to change over the time. The one thing that shouldn't change over the time is the commitment you made to each other. And I know you were probably expecting me to say how you feel about each other. No, because feelings are going to change throughout the periods of your relationship. There are going to be times you feel great around this person. There are going to be times you are absolutely furious. But the commitment to that person should not change because a relationship is what you're cultivating. Let's move into this. Now, I stated last night on TikTok, we are looking for both men and women to do things in the dating phase that shouldn't be done. We're expecting them to give us gifts or give us a certain type of treatment or bestow upon us a title or whatever the case may be in order to validate the relationship that we want. That's not the definition of the word dating. Let's look up the definition of the word dating. And once again, I am going back to the Webster's Dictionary. So, the Webster's Dictionary, as it is said, as it is stated, dating or to date is the time in which an event occurs, a statement of time in execution, a period of something belonging to, an appointed time to meet specifically, a social engagement. That's all dating is. But we like to um, put all these stipulations and all these regulations on dating. When, like I said in my TikTok, that the only thing that is old during the dating phase is respect and kindness. Let me say that one more time. The only thing that is old in the dating phase is respect and kindness. The only thing you should be doing in the dating phase is evaluating whether this is a person you want to continue to build a relationship with, and what type of relationship it is you are building and what you are building towards, and whether or not this person is the type of person you see yourself with long term, or whatever the intent may be. Girls want guys to do husband things, and guys want girls to do wife things. I don't believe that. Why? Why should I have to prove whether or not I am husband material? If you can't tell by the characteristics that I am displaying and the things that I am showing you while we are on dates, which are specific times that we are setting up between each other, and you cannot tell them by the conversation in which we are engaging and the intent in which I have told you uh, um, I am looking to pursue you at, then maybe that's not the right person to pursue. And ladies, I don't want to hear it. Men lie to get what they want. Men lie to get what they want. You doggone right. They do lie to get what they want. But here's your responsibility. Sort out the liars from the truth tellers. And you want to know how you do that? You take sex completely off the table. You say to yourself, and you say to the person that is dating you, hey, listen, this is great. I love us going out. I love us doing things and going places and having these conversations. But I'm here to tell you, we're not going to have sex either until we are in whatever stipulation you want to set up a long-term committed relationship. But in my perspective, it's a marriage. Marriage. We're not going to engage in intimacy until then. And then you will quickly find out who who a person is and what their intent is for you. Because guys will say anything to get what they want. Yeah, ladies, you are absolutely right. Guys will say and they will lie. But as long as you fall for it, both of you are at fault. It's his fault for lying, and it's your fault for not being intentional enough with who you lay down with. Dating should be for the purposes of getting to know that person, not seeing how much they can do for you. It's for cultivating the relationship to see where it goes. That's the whole problem. We want, if you looked at the thumbnail, in our minds, we think of dating in that same frame, but we think of it in phases, right? But our ultimate goal is that thumbnail, the happy wedding or the happily ever after. Well, you don't get to that point without first finding out about that person, without first vetting that person. What does that even mean? I hear, and I know what you're saying. Sincere, I hear that word a lot, vetting, vetting, vetting. What does that even mean? That means bringing them before people who know their character, or bringing them to people who can validate their character. That's what vetting is. It's just in layman's terms, it's saying, it's basically getting a person's resume from another person's experience with them. So you go up to a father, a mother, a past boyfriend, a pastor, or whatever the case may be. Can you tell me about brother such and such? Could you tell me about sister such and such? Could you tell me about him or her? What's your thoughts? Because at this point, my feelings are involved. And I may not be able to see some of the downfalls and some of the pitfalls, and I may not be able to see some of the good things and the good characteristics, because right now it's just all sunshine and rainbows. I'm in the honeymoon phase. And this is not to say that this person is a bad person, but is this person for you? And that's another thing we need to get off of. Just because a person is not for you doesn't make them a bad person. There is this stigma out there that if a person is not for you, somehow they become bad. And you say, Sincere, prove that. Well, how come it is that every time a person rejects another person, either male or female, all of a sudden they something? Guys will call girls all types of names outside of the one that was given to them because they got rejected. And then women will call men all types of dusty, broke, and all this stuff because they got rejected. Why? He's just not for you. She's just not for you. This doesn't make them a bad person because they didn't choose to select you to engage with, to date. It just makes them not for you. See, we have allowed a society of selfishness, grandeur, fame, and all this other stuff decide what it is we think. We need to start thinking for ourselves. I just went off in a little tangent there, but I'm going to bring it back, right? Because if we don't, we'll never get the outcome that we are looking for. Which brings me into the latter part of this video, which is, what is your intent? What are you looking for? Are you looking for marriage? Are you looking for a long-term relationship? Are you looking for somebody to just date casually? And depending on what it is you're looking for, that's what you should expect. See, I love it when people who don't know what they want in relationships and don't know the outcome that they're searching for get on the internet and talk and say, oh, they didn't treat me right. What? Why are you even concerned about that? You're dating casually. Your whole idea of dating is just to Go out in specific times and places with a person to interact. So why should they be worried about who you are and how they need to treat you, man or woman? If your whole idea, if your idea is I want to be in a long-term relationship, why are you worried about commitment? See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. We're missing the whole premise of what we're asking for. We're saying I want to be in a long-term relationship. Well, if that person stays with you for an amount of time, that's considered length, right? So he or she gave you exactly what you asked for. They gave you something long term, which means at a distance or for a set amount of time or for a length of time. Long. It doesn't mean you just because you engage in a long-term relationship, all of a sudden that means you have this person's commitment. Let it be said that we have seen plenty of couples be in relationships long term for 4, 5, 6, some 15, 20 years, and either one party or the other is asking for a commitment, and the other party is like, why? You've never required that before. Why all of a sudden is this requirement? See, everybody likes to say they're dating with intent. And they automatically prescribe that intent to mean marriage or a long-term commitment. I'm here to tell you, if you don't go in with that intent in mind and tell that person that's what you intend for this relationship to, that's the intent for this relationship that you're cultivating, then that's not what you're going to get. And you can't be scared of losing out on your preferences, which is a whole nother video, because you set a standard for yourself. Then you got to start asking yourself what's more important. Is your standards more important or is your preference more important? Because see, what people are going the kind of people you're going to get long term are going to be the kind of people you tolerate. I'm going to say that one more time. The kind of people you're going to get over a long term are going to be the kind of people you tolerate. So if you're only tolerating people who just want long term relationships, excuse me, or casual dating, and you never set a standard for yourself, but deep in the back of your mind, you want this long term commitment and or marriage, don't be surprised with your outcome. If you keep on choosing your preferences over your standards. Your standard is this: I want a long-term commitment and or marriage. And I don't care how good you look, how much money you have, what it is you bring to the table, if you are not willing to give me that and understand that concept that if we engage with each other, this is what we're going towards, then expect the same results you're getting. But the whole idea of requiring these things in the dating phase is ridiculous. The dating is simply for getting to know each other. But we have gotten so scared and so miffed out of marriage that now we're requiring something of somebody that doesn't even have that mindset. Or we are putting different thoughts, different ways of thinking into a concept that it was never meant to be. Living together. Why you want to live together if you're just dating? And I know I'm going to hear it. Oh, Sincere, you don't understand that how you get to know somebody is living with somebody. Well, why should I make a commitment with you if I'm already living with you? Why should I marry you if I'm already sleeping with you on a consistent basis? What do I have to gain from going down to the courthouse or having a marriage ceremony if I'm already getting all the stuff that I want from you as a spouse? And I'm saying this both on the man or the woman side, right? Let me just flip it to the man. If you're a man and you're in a house together, or you're in an apartment and you're paying all the bills and you're doing all the stuff, what incentive does she have to marry you? You already doing husband stuff. Ladies, if you already giving him all the goods and you gave him the greatest thing you could ever give him, which is reproducing his DNA, what reason does he have to marry you? None. There's no incentive. This is why to this day, I will treat a woman kindly and I will treat her with respect, but I am not going to do something above and beyond the call of duty unless she is my wife. Meaning this, she is not going to be put on my phone bill with me. She will not get any bill money from me. If I do give her money or send her a cash app or something like that, it's not because she requested it from me, and it's not because I'm trying to prove I'm a man. It's because I just simply wanted to. I ain't looking to take you out on no expensive lavish date unless that is somewhere I'm looking to go. Because the whole idea of dating is supposed to be us getting to know one another. It's not me trying to prove something to you or trying to validate the fact that, uh, uh, I'm looking to be your husband, ma'am. Will you please select me? No, because in the end, if you can't keep that end of the bargain up, then what do you got? See, let me tell you this, men. If you start out with your wallet, you better be sure you can keep your wallet. Ladies, if you start out with the kitty cat, you better keep that kitty cat flowing. Because you can't all of a sudden start out on all these expensive, lavish dates and then expect her to step down from that once y'all are committed to each other. She don't want to downgrade, she want to upgrade. If you was a super freak during the dating phase, he don't want you to be like, oh, I don't feel like that, or I want to abstain because I'm trying to get my life together. He don't want to downgrade. Who? Let me ask you this: who in their right mind wants to downgrade after you have come up? No. This is why most people downgrade in the beginning so that they can build up. You don't go from upper class to poor class by choice. You don't go from first class to coach by choice. It's usually for a reason. You got to think of you got to think of your intentions behind dating in the same way. And this is not to put some type of monetary value or materialistic gain on this. This is to say that, hey, look, if I'm going to make a commitment to you, which means I'm going to give of my life. I'm going to give of everything that I have to you. You're going to give me this in exchange, and we're going to continue that exchange as we evolve in life, as we grow in life, and as we continue to build our relationship. And if that's something you're not with, then let's stop dating. But too many of us want to put all these stipulations and drag them into the dating phase and say this is how you prove yourself. I think that's stupid. And it makes dating more complicated than it needs to be. It makes it more disgusting than it needs to be. Dating should be easy. Shouldn't be all this drama and trauma and trauma bonding and pair bonding and soul ties and all this stuff within dating. But sincere, we live in a new age and a new era. Cool, I got you. Yeah, we do. But what has this new age and this new era and all this new stuff that we've been trying to produce? In my opinion, is produced nothing but hot garbage. We see. You got men and women out here talking blasphemous to each other. Oh, if men step up and do this, that's what the ladies say. And if women would be this, and that's what the men say. You got femcells arguing against incels. You got baby mamas arguing against baby daddies. And neither side wants to come together and decide anything. I'm going to give you an illustration, and then I'm going to get out of here. If you wanted to be a millionaire, you wouldn't go up to somebody who is a broke bum and ask him for advice. Would you? That'd be absolutely ridiculous. So if you want to be married and you want to be in a long-term committed relationship, why not take advice from those who either have the experience or at least bare minimum, have seen the experience in a way that you want to experience those results. Because I hear plenty of people say, "I've seen marriage, but in my opinion, I've seen the divorce, and I've seen this, and I've seen that, and marriage ain't good, and women are slaves in marriage, and I'm a married single mother, and all this hoopla, right? Yeah, all this hoopla surrounding marriage from all these people who have seen nothing but failure in marriage, nothing but failure in dating. It's the same way you are trying to ask a bum on how to be a millionaire instead of asking the millionaire. And here's the ironic part. Let's keep with that. All of a sudden, a millionaire comes along and they tell you you need to do this, this, and this in order to be a millionaire and be successful at it. Are you going to then turn around to that millionaire and say, nah, that ain't it. That ain't it. That's not how you do it. Because, see, I seen on the internet that if you invest in this and you do that, that millionaire is going to look at you and be like, what? Why did I even waste my time with this person? This person is a moron. I literally told him how to do it, and he's telling me, or she's telling me, that it don't work. I am the results they're looking for. And they're telling me that the person that I am, the results that they want, don't work. Because They have another thought process. You know what that millionaire is going to say? All right, you got it. You have it. You got it. Go out and try it your way. This is the same thing we try to tell people who have either seen successful marriages or who are in successful marriages or long term committed relationships. Notice I'm saying long term committed relationships. They've made some kind of commitment because I know in every area of the world, there is not this legal ramification for marriage. And some people don't believe in tying themselves to the legal system as far as marriage goes, but they have either made some type of way between their families or whatever the case may be to make the commitment solid between each other, make the relationship solid between each other. And let me backtrack and say that. But yet we'll shun them and we'll say, that's not my experience. That's not what I've seen on the internet. That's not what. Who cares what you've seen? Who cares what you know? What you know is failure. What they know is success. You keep on trying to take aspects of something and shove them in places where they don't belong, and you wonder why you keep on getting piss poor results. So to wrap this all up in a neat little bow, the difference between marriage and dating is this. Dating is to get to know somebody. Marriage is a long-term committed relationship where two people continue to exchange things with each other, continue to evolve, and grow that relationship into something special. And that's all I want to say. Anyways, I've already said it once. Check out the Standard 81 podcast over there on TikTok. I got plenty of videos up, as well as check out the Instagram. I told you I already posted my first one on Sunday. I will continue to post throughout the week. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Love to you all. Peace.